Hi, this is Jeff Wimmer from Studiocycles and Studiocycles.com. It is Wednesday, I believe June the 13th. And in this short YouTube video, I want to talk about our 2012 Schwinn AC Performance packages that we have. First of all, we were awarded the fastest growing national distributor for Stairmaster Schwinn at the Ursa Fitness Show this year due to our sales last year, and the bulk of our sales last year were for indoor group cycles, and we specialize in indoor group cycles. If you haven't checked us out, visit us online at Studiocycles.com. I am considered the most knowledgeable individual in the indoor cycling industry for what I do and for the length of time I've been doing this. I've written all the tech manuals in the indoor cycling industry in the last 15 years. My manuals are considered the Bibles in the industry for taking care of the bikes. We are an indoor cycling company. We're not a fitness equipment company. What sets us apart from every other company in the free world is that if you buy your bikes online, or if you buy a bike for your home online, or if you buy your bikes for your club online, basically what happens is your credit card is processed and you're sent boxes, or a box. That's a box up there. That's what's going to show up to your home or your facility. And the company you buy it from most likely will have nothing to do with what's inside the box. They won't touch what's in the box. And if you have a problem with what's inside the box, they probably will tell you to call the manufacturer. What we do here at Studiocycles, if you buy a bike for your home or if you buy bikes for your club, we take the bikes out of the box, we tear them apart, we do a pro-level build and tune. We do about a 35 or 40 point process when we put a bike together. We do a drivetrain treatment, and then finally the bike is fully assembled like these bikes here. And what happens is I personally ride and tune every single bike myself without exception. In my company, I have a dozen employees, but I ride and tune every single bike myself. I have the only 2 brick and mortar indoor cycling stores in the world. We have the only authorized spinning retail brick and mortar locations in the world. We have a store in Laguna Niguel. We have a store in Venice, California. And I ride and tune every single bike that goes through my company without exception. If you're a consumer, what you may or may not know is that when you buy a bike online and it arrives to your house and you bolt it together like a piece of furniture from IKEA, there are a lot of things on that bike that may or may not work in your favor because they may not be lubricated, they may not be aligned, they may not be tensioned. We open bikes on a fairly regular basis and find damaged bikes. And what we do is we correct any damage. And then our packaging process is absolutely second to none. When you look at the packaging that these bikes come in, they are more apt to work in the favor of the end user if there's 4 or 8 or 10 of these things strapped to a pallet in a huge group. What we do when we package our bikes is we overpackage everything. We use strapping tape, we use metal buckles, we use polymer straps, we double box everything, we overpackage everything. In fact, we get a lot of complaints, not complaints, just people they exclaim to us that, or they explain to us that it takes them longer to unpack the bike than it does to put it together. So, one other notable about the Schwinn AC Performance is it's been out about 3.5 years now, and in my estimation, it's probably the most evolved bike out there. It has magnetic resistance. It has the most dynamic handlebars with the most positions that go forwards and backwards. It's an aluminum frame, so it's easy to move around, and it's corrosion resistant. It has the ISIS technology implemented into the bottom bracket, and the bottom bracket is the bearing assembly that the crank arms rotate on, which is typically a failure area in a lot of bikes. They have a wattage-based computer that they have version 2 M-Power consoles now that are about the best out there. And we have package deals on these bikes. If you buy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 bikes, what happens is we pick them up from the distribution center, we bring them here, we unbox them, we tear them apart, we go entirely through them, and then we put them back into the box and we send them to you. And I guarantee you, if you can screw a nut and a bolt together, you will do as good of a job as 99% of the fitness equipment companies in the world. And here's why. In the fitness industry, what happens is fitness equipment companies are accustomed to uncrating or unboxing pieces of equipment and bolting the pieces to the main frame of the unit. Here's a perfect example. This is a Stairmaster SM916, which a lot of you've seen. This is a favorite for the women at the gyms because it tones the butt and the legs like nothing. Well, outside of indoor cycling and spinning, but when you uncrate this thing, you bolt the handrails, you bolt the mast, you bolt the display unit, and that's it. That's your assembly. When fitness equipment companies typically put indoor bikes together, they uncrate them or unbox them, they bolt the pieces on, and there's your build. In my experience, in over 15 years, I have yet to see a fitness equipment company yet that when they're finished bolting the bike together, in other words, you bolt the bases, there's one in the front, there's one in the rear, you screw the pedals on, you put the seat tower in the frame, the seat slider on top of the seat tower, you put the handlebars on the bike, and that is your assembly. What about the alignment of the magnet basket? What about the tensioning of the chain or the lubrication in the chain? What about the tension in the magnet basket and the alignment of the magnet basket? What about the pitch on the teeth on the flywheel sprocket or the pitch on the teeth on the chain wheel in the rear? What about the mobility of the levelers? What about the correct tension setting for the interface on the clip pedals? We do so much to our bikes before we send them out. You'd be amazed if you saw all the things that we did. And then if you're a fitness equipment company, a fitness facility looking for bikes, we have packages on the Schwinn AC Performances. When you factor in our pro-level building and tuning, our over-packaging, and then here's what you do. You have a bike building party. Get some wine, get some friends, have a little party on a Saturday or a Sunday. Don't drink too much wine or your seats will be going backwards. But what you do is you have a conference call with me and a group of people. You can get 3 or 4 people who have mechanical aptitude, including or not including yourself. Take your time, put the bikes together. Here's why you'd probably do a better job than a fitness equipment company. You have a vested interest in your bikes. You have paid for your bikes. And watching how those bikes go together or putting them together yourself gives a sense of pride and accomplishment that you won't get watching a fitness equipment company bolt your bikes together as fast as they can. Plus, if you have an issue with a bike or a computer, we do not tell you to call the manufacturer. You call us. I consulted on this bike for 2 years before it was released. No one in the world knows this bike better than I do. And the Schwinn AC Performance, or its little brother, the Schwinn AC Sport, in my opinion, are 2 of the most evolved bikes out there. You have perimeter weighting. You have magnetic resistance, you have a wattage-based computer with a USB port where you can upload data. This bike it's really, really hard to beat. So before you spend your money on a group of bikes and you get a slick talking salesman, here's what I hate. You meet with a salesman from a fitness equipment company, blah, 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 promise, 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 promise. They walk away with a check and a signature, and then a team of monkeys comes in and builds your bikes as fast as they can because they got 4 more clubs to do that day. Different story with us. You get your best deal, you call me direct, and we'll talk about how I can help you out. My telephone number's 310-664-1375. Cell phone, 818-470-2204. Toll free, 888-909-BIKE. I'm Jeff Wimmer. I own the company. You can call me 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week, and I will help you get the best deal on your bike. If you find another deal on a bike, Keiser, Schwinn, Le Mans, Star Trac, Freemotion, call me first. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and best of luck to you on your road to health and fitness.